going to be a wild ride. What a game.
Anything can happen in March.
To be forever a champion.
How about that? Absolute madness.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show. I'm Greg Gumbel alongside Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. A short while ago, the selection committee finished seeding and slotting the 68-team tournament field, with the Ivy League opting out. 31 teams earned an automatic bid, 37 await an at-large invitation. It's been a season like no other. You have to wonder what difference it made in the slotting and the seeding this year.
Agree 100%, Greg. In a year of pauses and pivots for all of us in various forms and fashions, it is absolutely fantastic to be part of presenting a 68-team bracket for March Madness.
I don't want to jinx anything, but given everything we've been through the last year, we are in as good a place right now as can be expected to have a successful tournament. Read the teams.
Yeah, one other unique aspect of this year's tournament is that all 67 games will be played in the state of Indiana, with the large majority in Indianapolis. The four quadrants of the bracket will still be identified as East, West, Midwest, and South. So, without further ado, let's begin the reveal of the tournament brackets from the NCAA and its corporate champion, Coca-Cola. These are first and second round games on Saturday and Monday, and the overall number one seed is Gonzaga, with the Bulldogs heading up the West region, and why not? Dozens of teams across the country anticipating where they may go, who they might play, including Alabama, Loyola of Chicago, and Morehead State. Quarter of the 68-team field is set, and the March Madness Selection Show continues. We will reveal the South region.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. Capital One. What's in your wallet? And by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Tastes unbelievably delicious.
Himself, who looked fantastic while leading his squad to a conference championship. Is this the start of something legendary for MP and company, or a blip on the radar? We'll find out more soon when the selection committee announces their always highly anticipated tournament seedings.
Decision by MP to make it this far, but it is rare company.
Now here's MP. 9 points in the game. And inside, Underwood. Nice pass. Wing, MP. 13 points in the game. He hits it just before the shot. Yes, and it's MP picking up the assist.
Oh, excellent decision making that time by MP.
And MP throws it down.
Explosive drive that time by MP.
Takes the 13-footer. Here's Hawkins, and he jams it with the...
That focus is something scouts are sure to notice.
Now here's MP. Here's Hall. Nice pass. Pass to Bayless. With the block.
You've got to respect the consistency of Florida's program.
Absolutely. Not many schools are as solid as the Gators. That helps them attract premier young talent.
Now here's MP, defended by Bayless. And that one is good. MP grabs the miss. Fires for three. And this... Here's MP. Nice shot from the wing.
And that's what's given them control of this game.
Now here's Bradley. From deep, MP. And this would Underwood with the defensive effort.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense. Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been aggressive and far more assertive on the offensive end.
MP drives in, and the dunk by MP.
MP, merciless on that attack of the rack. What a throw that is.
For MP and his team, this is the second one seed they've seen in this tournament. His tougher road is over. And for good reason, he converts a high percentage.
It's a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart. That was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an answer to.
What happened on that one, Greg? I mean,
Here's MP. Good. And it's Norris who picks up the assist. Outside Bradley. And he banks in the layup. Makes the bucket. He's now 5 for. Here's the break. It's on target from the high post.
Yeah, I think that was.
To the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show.
And all the news right here. Don't go away.
Next up, that's the 8th seed in the region. We have Oklahoma.
All right, everyone, listen up. First of all, congratulations! Great job getting here. But all year, it's all about the tournament. Now, I know the 8th seed wasn't what we were hoping for going into the year, but I see a clear path forward. Just won the conference tournament. Going into this thing, we are playing our best basketball of the year. Now the real work begins. Because our job is not done. We're not cutting down those nets at the end of this thing. All right? Yeah. That's right. Now, we got a big day of practice tomorrow, and I know you're excited, and you should be. You should be. But I need you getting some rest, okay? All right? Bring it in. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win!
Just trying to make sense of the bracket like everybody else. Who's your pick?
Yeah, well, those, after Oklahoma, of course, you got, Baylor, Gonzaga, two teams that deserve to be there, I think, given what they've done on the year.
Okay, one more, and then I promise I'll pass it to the rest of the group. Coach likes his team to be mentally at its toughest, right, when you get into an NCAA tournament. Do you like where your team is in terms of toughing out games and winning games that you sometimes have to when you're not shooting well or even running rhythmically?
We've got a lot of games that have been close, so in Big 12 play. So I think all the Big 12 teams are going to be certainly battle-tested. Every game goes down to the wire, and we've won. I guess we won a few of them. We lost a few of them. Here lately, we haven't had the success in late-game situations that we had last month. But these groups, they've been fine mentally. They've continued to work. They've continued to feel good about what they're doing, and we haven't ever shot the ball with great consistency, but we'd like to improve in that area for sure. But know this group will keep competing.
All right. Have fun.
You bet. Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Lon, you touched on that briefly with the mention of Gonzaga just a second ago, but how much more difficult did this last couple weeks make life on y'all here in the first weekend of the NCAA tournament with, going from being a contender for a 2 or a 3 seed to playing an 8-9 game, and like you said, having to face the number 1 team in the tournament if you're able to win the first one?
And we had the opportunity down the stretch to play ourselves into a higher seed for sure, and we didn't do that. With losses there in the last 2 weeks of the season, especially. So the opportunity was there. We didn't get that done, but still being in the tournament, everyone's got a chance now, and we're excited. I know the guys will be excited to play.
How do you get this team focused or turn that around from the disappointment of the recent stretch?
Well, the margin between winning and losing is so slight. I mean, if we get a stop in one bucket in any of those last 4 games, prior to the conference tournament, we win those instead of lose them, just like we won those games, the month prior. So it's not like that we're going to change a lot of things. We've just got to do things better, like all teams are trying to do. Get a stop, or 2 more, get a better shot here, a better shot there, a couple times. Again, games are tough to win. We just got to clean things up and generally play better.
Appreciate it, Lon.
You bet. You bet.
We're going to go to James Hale for our next question.
You've had a little bit of time now to, get guys ready, healthy, whatever you needed to do. If you could talk about how, you're going to use this time before you get ready to play your next game. It's going to be a little bit over a week. So, guys should be fresh and ready to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Always this time of year, you can always, from a health standpoint, a little more treatment, a little more time in the training room. You've got time without playing a game every 3rd or 4th day. So that helps a little bit from that standpoint. But practices, we still got to make progress. We've got to get better each day this week. And we've got the NCAA tournament game coming up on Saturday. It's pretty easy to get their attention. And even though it's been a long, grinding season, as it always is, everyone's starting over, so to speak, at this point, and fresh and ready to go.
We'll go to Josh Callaway next.
Yeah, Lon, I'm just curious what this day looks like for you in terms of, are you looking at like bracketology projections just like the rest of us, trying to get an idea of what it's going to look like? And was an 8 seed about what you were expecting to see, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, we're fans like everyone else, conversations among staff and players and all that. But, yeah, I mean, you read all the projections like everyone else does. Don't have any more information than that, so no big surprise there. I think over the last week, 10 days, it seems like it's been in that area, 6, 7, 8 type stuff. And, we found out like everyone else did, and now we're anxious to go.
Hey, Lon, I'm wondering from a psychology standpoint, you deal with, over the course of the last few weeks, dealing with losing 5 your last 6, and then you go into this thing almost on a completely clean slate, fresh start with the opportunity that's always there in the NCAA tournament. How do you deal with that as a coach, as a team psychologist almost?
You're always dealing with that and I think as much individually as you are the team. Of course, you deal with it individually. It becomes you're dealing with the team, but I think individually we always promoting maybe more guys being more consistent. I think that's what you want from a team standpoint, having as many guys playing consistently well as possible. And we've been up and down a little bit and all over the board in that area. So we'll continue to, a lot of talk, a lot of conversations, a lot of film, and just keep working at it.
Then Tram, you'll close us out.
Yeah, Lon, you've been around a while. When you think of Missouri basketball, is the first thing that pops into your head Al Eberhard and Norm Stewart?
That'd be a good starting point for sure. Norm Stewart, of course, goes back a long ways. Kind of has been Missouri basketball for ever since the '60s, actually, as a player and then as a coach. So, yeah, great legend there at Missouri. And then, of course, the Al Eberhards and John Browns and all those guys back in the early '70s. So, yeah, that's a familiar turf for sure, and they've always been tough.
Last time we had an NCAA tournament, similar situation. You got put in the 8-9 game and didn't look all that promising, but you whacked Ole Miss, and then you played Virginia really tough. Does that give, especially a couple of your veterans, does that give them something to build upon, that hey, you can even if you don't go into the tournament playing the way you want to, that you can still have time to rally and really play well?
Yeah, sure. The older guys having the experience of having played there, that's always important. And we've had some guys that, like you say, that have done that. So, anything you can draw on at this time is beneficial. But still, it comes down to this group, understanding the value of each possession and lining up and competing like it's the only game that remains, and understanding you got to win to go on.
And that's a wrap of today's news.
The NCAA, CBS, and Turner would like to recognize and thank our official NCAA corporate champions and corporate partners for their ongoing support of the NCAA and NCAA student athletes throughout the year.
Welcome back, everyone. 3 brackets down, 1 to go. Several teams and their fans still waiting to see where and if their school makes it into the field of 68. Let's get to it. Final region. Absolutely, because things could go sideways if you take a chance.
We'll have a few speed bumps.
So far, so good. Well, that'll about do it for us for now. Selection Sunday coverage continues at the top of the hour over on CBS Sports Network with NCAA March Madness Bracket Breakdown presented by Geico. That is just minutes away on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a report on the new COVID variants. Then it's music's biggest night. Trevor Noah hosts the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards tonight on CBS. But for now, we're done. For Clark, for Seth, for all of us here at CBS Sports, we thank you for being with us. Enjoy the madness, and we will see you again midweek as we resume one of the best events on the sports calendar.